Now to a story sourced by our radio news desk. A section of the A1 highway from Kandy to Colombo, which runs via the New Kalani Bridge, will be closed to vehicular traffic for 4 weeks from tomorrow. The road will be closed owing to the reconstruction of the New Kalani Bridge, which is one of the entry points for the Colombo-Katunayake Expressway, which is currently under construction. Vehicles travelling towards Colombo on the A1 highway will only have the use of one lane at the New Kalani Bridge. And up next we have Action TV.
On several occasions since the 11th of September 2011, Action TV has exposed the environmental destruction that is taking place as a result of sand mining in the Suduvalla area in Ampara, which comes under the Gal Oya scheme. Subsequently, the Central Environmental Authority withdrew the recommendation it had made for the issuing of sand mining permits in the area and requested the Geological Survey and Mines Bureau to prohibit sand mining in Suduvalla. Accordingly, the Geological Survey and Mines Bureau annulled the permit granted to the relevant permit holder and instructed him to cover pits in the area, dug up for sand mining, and return the environment in the area to normalcy. While Action TV exposed the fact that further sand mining was taking place in the guise of returning the environment to normal at a discussion held in Ampara on the 11th of January this year, with the participation of the then Minister of Environment, Senior Minister P. Dayaratne also reiterated the environmental damage that was being caused by sand mining. I will show you the permit when we go there, but I witnessed how an excavator was deployed into the river and the sand was loaded onto tippers which were parked in line and then taken away from the Ampara district. We were unable to stop this, but we informed the police and the STF. At this discussion, the subject minister said that the issuing of permits for sand mining in the Ampara district will be prohibited. Action TV inquired into what steps would be taken to redress the environmental harm that has been caused by sand mining around the Gal Oya in Ampara. You are the person who captures the news and you are coming forward. This is comical. You're talking to us while holding the camera. What's done is done. We will take steps to rehabilitate it. Send us a list of the locations. If they do not do it, we will do it at our own cost. I will rehabilitate the area, Honourable Minister. However, this footage bears testament to the fact that the minister's promised redress has not materialized. We ask that these pits be filled because when they fill up with water, the roads will also be destroyed. We fill them in with soil, but to no avail, because the water seeps through and affects the roads. If steps are not taken to fill in these pits, then during the rainy season, the road breaks and all the water flows directly into the Gal Oya. After that, we cannot even get to the pass on the other side of the road. Isn't the Geological Survey and Mines Bureau, which issues permits to persons who do not follow the conditions of these permits, the authority that should be held responsible for this destruction? Minister of Environment and Renewable Energy, this is over to you.
Minister of Economic Development Basil Rajapaksa says that a solution will be provided to delays that are caused by local government authorities when approving building plans. He made this statement at an event held in Colombo yesterday.
National Surveyors Day was marked today under the auspices of Minister of Economic Development Basil Rajapaksa. Delays are caused when approving building plans. This can be attributed to the delays in local government institutions approving survey certificates and other plans. I believe it is important for investors and the public. I would like to state that a solution for this delay will provide expeditiously. An important program that is initiated these days is BIM Savia, which certain attorneys disapprove. But it is something good because it helps us rectify land disputes.
In business news tonight, Standard & Poor's Ratings Services said today that it had affirmed its B+ long-term and B short-term sovereign credit ratings on Sri Lanka, but it has warned on government debt and weak institutions.
Standard & Poor's credit analyst Takahiro Ogawa said in a statement that the stable outlook reflects S&P's view that the growth prospect of Sri Lanka's per capita real GDP will be more than 5.5% in the next few years and that the government's fiscal profile could improve. Ogawa added that S&P affirmed the ratings to reflect their views that Sri Lanka has weak internal liquidity, moderately high and increasing internal debt, and a weighty government debt and interest burden. S&P projects that the annual growth in general government debt will be 7.4% of GDP on average from 2013 to 2016. S&P also projects that net general government debt will decline from 77% of GDP in 2012 to 71% of GDP at the end of 2015. Parliament Committee on Public Enterprises or COPE publishes two reports noting that numerous public enterprises are incurring major losses. 2012 COPE report notes that there are 16 commercial public institutions that are incurring losses. Can these loss-making institutions which function on public funds be made to turn a profit simply by exposing that they are making losses?
5 teams of young entrepreneurs who are incidentally students of the University of Moratuwa competed at the event held last evening that was attended by leading personalities from the Sri Lanka business community. The teams who were tasked with launching their own revolutionary ideas had to promote entrepreneurship in the field of information technology through presentations that were closely watched by an elite panel of judges. Team Hawkeye, which presented the concept Youth Jobs, was adjudged the overall winner for entrepreneurship and products making a social impact.
Our top international story tonight, India's ruling Congress party has struggled to contain a mass resignation spree after its announcement of a separate Telangana state that has shifted from Andhra Pradesh to New Delhi. Meanwhile, protests supporting and opposing the creation of a new state are continuing in the Telangana region for a third day, with schools, colleges and businesses being shut down.
12 Congress party legislators have resigned in the southern Indian state of Andhra Pradesh to protest against the decision to create a new Telangana state. This brings the number of legislators who have quit the regional assembly since last week to 36. The Congress has 33 MPs from the state, 19 of them from the coastal Andhra and Rayalaseema regions, which are opposed to the division of the state. Congress ministers, MPs and legislators from these regions have been facing angry protests outside their homes since the announcement of Telangana, India's 29th state. Telangana, with a population of 35 million, comprises of 10 of Andhra Pradesh's 23 districts. The state capital and India's 6th biggest city, Hyderabad, will be included in the new state, although for the first 10 years it will serve as the joint capital of the two states. Supporters of the new state say the area has been neglected by the government. Opponents of the move are unhappy that Hyderabad, home to many major information technology and pharmaceutical companies, will become a shared capital.
First up on Sports First tonight, Sri Lanka controlled much of the South African innings at a sold-out R. Premadasa Stadium today to restrict the Proteas to 115 runs for 6 wickets in their first 2020 international. Winning the toss and batting first, South Africa's batting woes against Sri Lankan spinner continued as Sachin Senanayake struck thrice in his first 3 overs. A 56-run partnership between J.P. Dumini, who made a half-century, and David Miller, who contributed 25, ensured the visitors crossed the 100-run mark. South Africa posted 115 runs for 6 wickets in their allotted 20 overs. Sachin Senanayake bagged 3 wickets for just 14 runs, while Angelo Matthews, Lasith Malinga and Ajantha Mendis claimed a scalp each. Chasing 115 runs, Sri Lanka were 61 runs for the loss of 3 wickets after 12 overs a short while ago.
Starts with a full toss and Dominic. Good milestone for him to reach his.
With that, we wrap up Primetime News. I'm Stephanie Lazarus.
And I'm Nadim Majid. Have a pleasant weekend ahead. Good night and good luck.
Hotline 0114 896 896. www.newsfirst.lk. Feedback at newsfirst.lk.